Well, hello vinyl community. Welcome back to the channel. Edwin here, Pretty Green Vinyl Guy. And trying to get caught up on the videos. You've probably already seen a number uploaded onto YouTube. I thought I would go through now. As I said, I've broken these down into different categories. So now I got a stack of new vinyl purchases. And some of these were on Amazon. Some are at my local Sunrise Records, which is a chain across Canada, usually in the malls. And some are just wandering into record stores on my travels and seeing some unique new albums or new re-releases that I'd never come across before, or maybe didn't see them locally. They're in no particular order. I'm just going to go through. Some are interesting. Some are just, to fill spaces in the collection. This was an interesting one. This is the Debutantes. I think I'm saying it right. Steve Carlson, am I saying that right? He knows how to pronounce band names really well. And this was a 60s, 50s, 60s, late 50s. No, pardon me, 60s. All-girl band from the U.S. I believe the lead singer, she was only 14 when she started this band, and some of the songs that are recorded on this. And this is Gutsy Girly Glam Garage. Jan McKellen and a rotating cast of Motor City Kitties shattered hearts and glass ceilings from 64 to 69, busting out 3 sought-after 45s and quietly putting to tape 9 more recordings. The tapes have been found on those 9 unreleased cuts combined with the coveted 6 to form the first ever Debutantes LP, a cohesive, raucous bundle of raw joy including a blistering take on the Andre Williams penned Shake a Tail Feather, a gender-bending spin on If You Want to Be Happy, a Stones cut, and so much more on colored vinyl and pressed in Detroit. Yeah, this is in mono. It's like I say, I guess they had these 345s, and then they had these other kind of lost recordings, and now they're all put in. You get some info on the band, and it's on white vinyl. On Beat Rocket. So yeah, that was an interesting pickup. I think it was in Montreal or Quebec City. I can't remember which one I picked this up in. And just walked into a store, saw it in their new releases, and I thought, I've never seen this. It sounds pretty cool. They look pretty hip. And yeah, that was a good blind pickup. In the same store. And iconically, this was like 3 days before he died. Dr. John, the Night Tripper, Gree. I'd seen people showing this, and I had tried to find it, and anytime I saw Dr. John in any record stores, but of course you never find this one. So this is on the Atco label. That's got to be 200 grams. Like, that's a heavy record, man. And this is pretty cool. I knew nothing about this album, and very happy to have it, and sad to hear he died. If anyone has seen his funeral on YouTube from New Orleans, highly recommend having a look at that. Okay, this is the iconic George Harrison and his band live in Japan. This is a very nicely done reissue. This was out of print and hard to find. This is based on a concert in Japan. I looked this up, but I can't remember now. I'm going to say in Tokyo, but I'm really guessing. And Clapton is on the bill, as is Ray Cooper, Steve Ferrone on the drums, Chuck Leavell on the keyboards, the Rolling Stones keyboards, and Andy Fairweather Lowe. Pretty damn cool. Sounds great. You get all the songs. You get I Want to Tell You, Old Brown Shoe, Taxman, Give Me Love, Give Me Peace on Earth, Something, What Is Life, Dark Horse, Piggies, Cloud 9, Here Comes the Sun, My Sweet Lord. I'm missing a couple here. Isn't It a Pity, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Fantastic. Really super happy to find this. And if you're a George Harrison fan, you can get that nice embossed cover. This is a band I used to really love when I was a kid, teenager, The Specials. This is their 2019 release, Encore. Nice job here with the raised lettering. That's on Island Records. And if you've not heard this is pretty cool. There's a bit of spoken word. Of course, the great sounds of The Specials with their ska, reggae sound. 3 original members. The first side plays really well. And that was really good. And then this is one I had wanted to get, but I hadn't been able to find it anywhere. I think it was out of print. I'm not sure if they've reissued the reissue. This is Neil Young live at Massey Hall. Some consider to be his greatest concert performance of all time. Massey Hall is iconic hall in downtown Toronto, just off of Yonge Street. I've been to Massey. I've seen Blue Rodeo there, and I saw the Bare Naked Ladies there years ago. And this is from 1971. It's just on Black Label. Not sure what the actual label is. Reprise. This is from the Neil Young Archives. And, okay, I'm not going to force that in there. And it's on 180 gram vinyl. It's audiophile quality. And, yeah, you get all the songs on this too. On My Way Home, Tell Me Why, Old Man. Oh. Helpless, Love in Mind. I was looking ahead because there's so many good songs. Cowgirl in the Sand. The Needle and Damage Done. Ohio. Down by the River. Dance, 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 I'm a Child. And I'm missing others on there. But sounds awesome. Very, very iconic. Elton John Diamonds, just a new greatest hits. This is basically all the hits. Anything that made sort of top 10 around the world. Yeah, it's a pretty nice, actually, selection. I was feeling sentimental with the Rocket Man movie that's out. Another one that was just a good price on, what do you call that site? You know, where people buy things online. Amazon. This was on Amazon for a good price. As was this, which a lot of people have been shown lately, the Division Bell reissue. This is one I got in a record store in Toronto, which I hadn't come across yet. I haven't even opened it yet. It's still sealed. I will. I'm not purposely. If you've watched my channel, you know I'm a huge Paul Weller Jam Style Council fanatic. I've seen Paul live a couple of times, and probably the one artist I have followed for his whole career and always buy what's coming out. This is live at the Royal Festival Hall and with an orchestra. Yeah, with his band and orchestra. It also includes a DVD, which I'm curious if this is a UK pressing, which I believe it is. Will the DVD work in North America? But regardless, there's a nice array from all 3 parts of Weller's career. I might fire this on this afternoon. That's something I haven't listened to yet. A nice reissue of Norah Jones. I had a copy of this, and cheers, by the way. It just didn't sound right. And this is supposed to be like an iconic sound. Like, this is an album when you go to a high fidelity music store to buy turntables and amps and speakers that cost $20, $30, $50,000. This is the album they put on because it's supposed to showcase. And I had a version and it was just not good. I couldn't get it clean. So I sold it actually at a record fair, and I bought this again cheap on eBay. Fela Kuti. Again, I've got a couple of his albums I've been trying to get, but the Ginger Baker one, can't get it in my part of the world. This is a reissue. And, you know, there's a little bit of liner notes in it with a great photo of Fila. Look at that. And yeah, the Africa 70 with Ginger Baker from Cream, Blind Faith. This is on Odeon, just black vinyl. And I gave it a spin when I got home from my trip, but again, I need to, as you can see, I've got a lot of vinyl here, but I need to give that another listen. But you gotta love me some Fela Kuti. This is one I've been wanting for a long time. Vinyl Rich will be happy that I got this. The Slits cut. This is a reissue of the punk classic. It's got an extra song. I heard it through the grapevine. Just on black vinyl, Island label. That was the hype sticker. I just stuck it on there. This is a great album. I wasn't totally familiar with this, but I know that every punk aficionado suggests this album in their top 10. And I found it on Amazon. Free delivery, good price. Super happy with this. This was a blind buy from a record store in Montreal, I believe. This is Guy Warren of Ghana, Afro Jazz, and yeah, I remember looking it up on the internet when I was in the record store on my phone. This is originally released in '69. It's obviously a brand new reissue. He's a Ghanaian drummer and percussionist. And his rarest album was this Afro Jazz. It's also his jazziest. Warren delivers an eclectic blend of African rhythms, unbridled solos, and colorful explosions of sound, securing his seat in the musical pantheon as creator of the Afro Jazz sound. Steve Carlson, I don't know if you have this, but maybe this is up your alley. This is on the Return to Analog. Sounds really amazing. It's a limited edition, 500 copies. This is 332 of 500. I think it's just on regular black vinyl, but let's have a little look. Yeah. No insert or anything, but nicely wrapped up. And we'll put that away later. This is another album I've been wanting for quite a long time. Can't find it in a local record store. Finally, Amazon got it back in. This is Teenage Fan Club. This is the Bandwagon-esque, yeah. Came with an extra 45. Black vinyl, Sony Music. Great album. You know, indie rock at its finest. An overlooked or underappreciated maybe band from Scotland, I believe. Teenage Fan Club. This is interesting. I got it on Amazon Canada, and this is German pressing. So yeah, they obviously had to import them in. This is a very interesting album that I came across. This was a record store release, and I couldn't get it on record store. It was limited, and this was then reissued. Again, I got it on Amazon. This is Contact by Silver Apples. This is the controversial cockpit of the Pan Am flight that they used for their album cover, and you can see the drug paraphernalia. And then, of course, on the back, they show a plane crash. So the story is that didn't go over too good with Pan Am, and they sued them. And they sued them into oblivion because the band broke up. They vanished. And even though this album is to be considered a little bit of a masterpiece, and I gotta say, I've only listened to it once. It was a blind buy just based on the whole story. I was like, yeah, this is something I gotta have. And apparently today, I believe one young man is now passed away, and the other guy is redoing this on tour. So that's Silver Apples with Contact. It is a brilliant cover, isn't it? Love it. Okay, this one we don't really need to talk about. Eagles, Hell Freezes Over. This is live, and also includes some new songs that were the last new ones done. And yeah, enjoyable Eagles. My wife actually likes the Eagles, which I find interesting because we don't really agree on a lot of music. Well, I mean, she likes music, but she doesn't really like source it out. But yeah, she does like the Eagles. And she likes Fleetwood Mac. And anyway, we have some things in common. She definitely doesn't like King Crimson. This is Red. This is King Crimson album I was really trying to track down. The original pressings of this are super expensive. This is also a reissue. Black vinyl on Inner Knots. This is a original stereo mix of the 74 classic, newly cut from masters approved by Robert Flip. 200 gram. Sounds really damn good. And yeah, I like me some King Crimson to, you know, prog out to on a nice Sunday afternoon. And I don't like all the King Crimson albums, but this is definitely a highlight of the band with the classic trio. Something my wife does like, a little Sharda. Again, this was on sale. Sony Music, again, German. This is all the hits. Best of Sharda. God, she's a beautiful woman. A new release that I've seen people show. This is Honk. This is only the 2 albums. I didn't get the 3. This was good enough for me. I got this mostly because some later day albums I'm not going to buy. And this sort of picks, you know, the best of from them. So it's good enough for me. And something, yeah, kind of a weird one to end on. But anyway, this is Keen, Hopes and Dreams. This was a 3-piece from the UK. This came out in 2004. Kind of at the end of the Brit rock through the 90s. Kind of Coldplay-ish. This was, I believe this is their first album. Somewhere Only We Know, Bend and Break, Everybody's Changing. Those were the big songs. It's on black vinyl on Island. If you like Coldplay, excuse me, an early Coldplay, not Coldplay as we know today. I don't like Coldplay of today, but the first, say, 4 albums, it kind of is in that genre. There you go! Almost 20 minutes of new vinyl. Yeah. Anyway, some people might find some of that interesting, but you know, it just shows you that if you watch Amazon and, you know, you get the free shipping on Prime, you can get some good deals, and you can find some hard to find things that possibly are on your want list that your local record store cannot get for you. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out. Thank you.